How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the LAM, everybody's favorite podcast at Buffalo State. My name's Matt.
Lucas here.
Aidan.
And we are here after, episodes upon episodes of still going through the first round of these playoffs. We're in the second round for finally all of the playoffs, both NBA, NHL. And we're going to start with the Buffalo Sabres. They're headed to the second round of the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 2007 after a Game 6 win by 4-1, which was awesome. Yeah, clap it up. Crazy series overall. We're going up against the Canadians. How are you guys feeling about how the Boston series went in our next matchup?
Go to the Sabres expert first.
Yeah, Sabres expert. Boston series was really good. The last game was absolutely electric that they played. It was so much fun. And I'm thrilled that we're playing the Canadians and not the Lightning.
Okay.
I think we'll get into that Game 7 of the Canadians in a bit. But the Lightning are just so good, and I think the Canadians kind of squeaked one out, just off luck in that Game 7, and we can actually compete with them. Their home oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Their home advantage is huge, but if the Sabres are a great away team, and if we can hold them off at home, oh my goodness, then we should be fine. We should honestly be good.
I feel like you switched your stance on that, though.
I did.
I was gonna say before the playoffs, I feel like you were like, we do not want to see Montreal. Now you're like, I think we have a shot to win this.
The thing that changed it was the Lightning went in there and ran Montreal in Montreal's house, which is what gave me confidence. Montreal had that chance to close it out. I think it was Game 5 or Game 6, and the Lightning came in absolutely swinging. And then the Sabres being they're better away than they are at home. So if we're doing the math there, in my opinion, I guess I kind of did switch up. But absolutely, I think we have a good chance here.
Yeah, I was also thinking it was going to be kind of like the opposite. We would do a little bit better at home now that we kind of also are used to this. So like we said, we've never been here before, basically, with this group, aside from a couple guys who've been around the league and been to playoffs, but it's a young group. We've even just closing out the series in Game 5, we've never had that much pressure, and maybe that's why it took till Game 6 to actually close out last series.
Yeah.
I had this stat yesterday. I did do some more Sabres reporting, so I had this really interesting stat that in the first period of the first series, Sabres outscored the Bruins 7-1, but in the third period they outscored the Bruins 12-4. But in the second period, the Bruins outscored the Sabres 6-1. So it shows that starting and closing games are really big, at least for Buffalo. Obviously that 4-0 first period, I think it was Game 4 or whatever, was huge for that stat. But still, that means a lot when you can open and close games strong. But the Canadians, we got Jacob Dobes as their goaltender. I don't have too much on him, but I do know that our guy, I almost said Lucas Lyon. What's his name again?
Alex Lyon.
Alex Lyon. Alex Lyon. He has been a beast.
I'll take the credit
between
for
the
it.
posts.
Don't worry.
And it's posed some real questions about Luukkonen, going forward. Does he get the start first game?
There's no chance that Luukkonen gets the start.
Okay.
In playoff hockey, you ride the hot hand until Lyon is, absurdly bad, or he gives up 7 or 8 goals for some reason, which obviously not out of their own possibility. You're an absolute moron if you put in Luukkonen for some reason, because then you're killing. Let's be honest here, Luukkonen's confidence is probably already in the gutter.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens with Lyon, if you pull him and put Luukkonen back in, you already have a low confident goalie, and you just killed the confidence of your guy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I don't see a world where Lyon doesn't. Even if he has a bad game, I don't see a world where he doesn't play the following game,
I think he's at least going to start the first 2 in Buffalo. And let's say he struggles, I think maybe they go to Luukkonen when they go on the road, but I don't think he's going to struggle the way he's been playing.
And so kind of going into that Montreal Lightning game, Montreal won off 9 shots.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
It was a joke. And so the first goal, I don't know if you guys watched it, but the first goal was just pure luck. It went off one of Lightning's players' skates and went in the net. It was a nothing goal. That's the thing about the Canadians is if they're going to let us have the puck in their zone for the whole game and not put pressure on our defense, we will score. We will make them pay because our defense is our strong suit. Like, that's really what it is. Like, our defensemen score a lot. So if you're not going to put the pressure on them and you're going to let them, you're not going to forecheck against them, and you're just going to let them roam up the ice, just chill at the blue line, not put any pressure on them, we'll make you pay. Like, that's why I'm so kind of confident in this series. Like, watching that last Canadiens Lightning game really kind of boosted my spirits of what I think we can do. Because flat out, the Lightning should have won that game. Like it was the Lightning's game to lose, and they lost it. But they did.
Yeah.
I have one more thing about kind of the Sabres thing. I don't know if you guys have kind of seen the whole, like, if you're a Sabres fan and you have Sabres tickets and you need to sell it for some reason, don't put it online so that, like, Habs fans can't buy them.
Yeah.
I have a take about this that I think
I do too.
That's probably going to be a hot take. That is the stupidest thing in the entire world. I get it that we want to keep the home advantage, and the Canadians probably will show out if you put the tickets up. But, bro, like, you know how hard it is to, like, these tickets are so expensive. You know how hard it is going to be, like, to sell it to a family member or, like, a friend and, like, get, like, a decent price for it. And, like, I don't know, maybe this is too meta, but gas is $5 right now, yo. Like, people are out here struggling. Like, I understand if you want to, you know, pick up a little bag because of these Sabres tickets because they've hit, and you have something else that you need to go do. Like, I don't. No matter what happens, the Habs fans aren't going to take over like 25% of the stadium.
That's what I was going to say.
Arena, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, the Sabres are going to have home ice advantage. So it's like, really, I don't see it as that big of a deal.
Neither do I. And people are making such a big deal about it that, like, it makes my blood boil because of how silly that is. Like, it's so stupid. And I see it from everybody on Twitter. I see all of it, and it's just ridiculous. Like, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking with my friend who is a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
And he actually had a really cool method that I thought was genius. He went to game 1 and game 5, and he sold the game 2 ticket to kind of, like, you know, essentially get half off his game 1 and 5. And he's planning on doing the same exact thing for this next series. I think that's smart, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you said, everything's more expensive. And, I mean, if you're given a chance, like, selling some Sabres playoff tickets, obviously the 1 seed helps a lot if you want to resell your tickets.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not cash in on this? I mean, you don't need to go to every game. Shoot, I mean, I would, if I was a season ticket, maybe I'll be fine with just going to 1 game in the series and selling the other 2 if needed. So,
like, the only scenario that I really see myself if I'm, like, a season ticket holder, like, going to every single game, and I'm a diehard sports fan. Like, I love sports. But the only, like, I'd only go to every game if they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and Stanley Cup, obviously.
Yeah.
In that case, like, even if they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, I might sell a ticket or two. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, I would go to every Game 7 probably.
Yeah. You'd have to.
I'd go to every Game 7. But besides that, like, I understand these people that are trying to sell their tickets, like, yo, people got families to feed, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal that they're selling their ticket to a Habs fan.
And think about it. Not to be the Debbie Downer here, but, like, the Sabres could go right back to being terrible next year.
Yeah.
You might as well make your money while you can. True. You know?
That is a good point. That is a good point. But, yeah, I just want to say that.
So, yeah, super exciting stuff. I guess we could quickly – obviously the Sabres were facing the Canadiens, but in the other matchups, we got the Avalanche Wild – Golden Knights, Ducks, and Hurricanes, Flyer. Which of these matchup excites you two the most?
It has to be Avs Wild, right?
Aside from the Sabres matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is the most exciting.
The Avs Wild is just...
I feel like on paper it was probably the most exciting series. I think the winner of that's probably going to the Stanley Cup final.
I think they're probably going to win the Stanley Cup final, whoever wins that.
And then after that game 1 where the final score is 9-6, which was the 5th highest scoring playoff game of all time. Tied for it.
Crazy.
Dude, it was such a crazy game. Like, I was watching that, and I was playing NHL 26 with my friends, too, at the time. And we were all kind of doing, like, a little bit of a watch party. Absolutely nuts. Like, just such a fun game to watch. It's 2 phenomenal teams. Like I said, I think whoever wins this series is going to win the Stanley Cup. It's such high-level hockey that's like makes it so much more fun to watch. And then I have to go watch this Hurricanes Flyers series and absolutely die inside. Like, it's brutal. But no, Avs Wild, I think that by far what I'm most excited for.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited. Again, as you all know, I'm riding with the Ducks in the West, so I'm excited for the Ducks to hopefully beat the Golden Knights and Jack Eichel and just that franchise that doesn't even feel authentic at all.
No,
in my opinion.
I don't think that's a bad take at all. Like the authentic take, like I feel that way about so many Las Vegas teams.
Yeah, they're destination franchises. Like people have said this multiple times. People go to Vegas and plan their trip around seeing their home team in a Vegas arena. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was to go to Vegas, like, shoot, if they're facing the Raiders, maybe I'll go to that.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. I feel like it's a little different with the Golden Knights since they were the first team, and I feel like they have a pretty decent fan base. When it comes to the Raiders and every other team, they got the A's coming there.
It's like celebs.
I 100% agree, yeah.
No. But I'm really just rooting for the Ducks to meet the Sabres in the final. Not even just because of my predictions, because I think that would just be one of the better matchups left. I mean, I think Avs Hurricanes would be obviously insane. Avs Sabres. I don't really, the Canadians in the actual Stanley Cup against those last 4 teams doesn't really excite me too much.
Yeah.
Maybe just because the Sabres are facing them. But I think Avs Hurricanes, Avs Sabres, Ducks Sabres, and Ducks Hurricanes. Those are my favorite matchups left.
Also, I do think I was kind of on the opinion of the Sabres don't really have any expectations. Looking at this Eastern Conference now, I think that beyond like a serious, like I think we should be going to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe this is setting myself up for
failure. I'm scared of the Canes, to be honest.
I
That's
think
my biggest fear.
Yeah.
I think that they're good. They just don't, and like they can. I think the Hurricanes can beat anybody, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, I feel like they might, if we play the Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Finals, they might just try to sleepwalk against us, and we could make them pay. Like, I could see
it.
That's just where I'm at.
So how does it work when 2 1 seeds square off? Who gets like the first?
So the Hurricanes were higher than us in the
were.
Eastern Conference, so they'd get home advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, shoot, we'll be rooting for the Flyers.
Yeah.
Although they're already down 2-0.
No, I see where you're coming from on that because I feel the exact same way about the Cavs.
Yeah. Like, I feel like it's so, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm getting my juices flowing. I really do think we have a chance of making, like, especially if we win this series, like, in solid fashion, like in 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're going to the
Plus
Stanley
just
Cup.
the confidence of winning a series.
Yeah.
I feel like it can do a lot.
100%.
We know how to win a series now. Let's go do it 2 more times.
Yeah, 1,000%.
3 more times.
1,000%.
But I think, let's get right into the NBA. Because the Cavs went to Game 7 against the Raptors after what was a crazy Game 6. And it was honestly kind of a crazy Game 7, right? I mean, there was a big, gap, and then it kind of shrunk again, right?
It was tied at half, right?
It was, well, the Raptors were up most of the first half, then the Cavs were able to tie it, and then they just went bonkers in the third quarter, which really pulled them away. Surprisingly enough, it was Jarrett Allen. It was the one that carried him to victory. Which is just fitting for how just terrible they played that whole series. But I'm in the same boat with you with the Sabres. I mean, the Celtics blowing the 3-1 lead to the Sixers. I mean, the East is wide open now.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and the Pistons going to Game 7.
Yeah, the Pistons taken all the way to a Game 7 by the Magic. I mean,
maybe the Pistons just had some jitters and like they might just pummel the Cavs. I mean, I don't see that as a crazy scenario.
I'm
think
not
it's
just
saying that because there's a Cavs fan, but
I think it's going to come down to the Pistons are very physical, and if the Cavs can't match that, they're just not.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to compete.
I think it's good that there was like a Jarrett Allen game because it's a team game. Hopefully next game Donovan Mitchell, James Harden.
Hopefully those guys can just.
So that's a fun matchup. Pistons, Cavs,
Detroit
and Cleveland, 2 gritty cities. You know what I mean? That's going to be a good one. And honestly, I could see another 7-game series. Can you?
Unless if the Cavs, I think either the Cavs are getting smoked out or it's probably going 7.
Yeah, and I can't believe that the 3-1 comebacks. There were 2 3-1 comebacks.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah,
and that brings us to the next matchup: Knicks 76ers. Yes, the 76ers beat the Celtics.
Crazy.
And I like this matchup. I think the 76ers are going to get a couple, even though the Knicks are up 1-0.
No, I genuinely think Knicks in 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the Sixers can get 1 at least. But Knicks look scary right now. The past 2 games they played,
They look so unbeatable.
They do.
And when they
Dang.
click like that, they can truly beat anybody. And I think the 76ers are just like, I think that Celtics series probably took too much out of them.
Yeah.
We'll see Embiid get hurt in game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, no, hopefully
I'm not wishing for injury. I never wish for injury. I'm just talking like historically what will happen. Embiid will probably get hurt at some point in the series when they're down by like 30 points.
Who knows? Maybe it's the year. Maybe it's the year Embiid finally gets to the conference finals, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't he get, wasn't that I think he did against the Raptors in 2019.
No, that was the year they got bounced. That was the semifinals.
Was it the semis?
Yeah. And I think Raptors beat somebody in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't remember, but yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Knicks in 4.
Okay, wow. And then Minnesota picked up a W against the Spurs. And, I mean, Minnesota came to play. We saw it in the Nuggets series. It's not like they're some joke.
Did you guys happen to see the stat line for that game?
No, I didn't.
Victor Wembanyama set the new playoff block record. He had 12 blocks.
Jeez.
Crazy. Dude is a freak.
That is, they call him the alien for a reason. I mean,
He is an anomaly. Like,
like
how does a 7'2" guy just bring up the ball and just absolutely nothing but net a 3 from the logo?
yeah, and
How do you guard that?
there's been so many there's dudes that are 7'5", 7'6". No one's putting up 12 blocks.
No.
That's just
That's crazy.
that's crazy.
And it
man.
sounds normal for him.
I know.
what mean?
Exactly.
Just Victor Wembanyama, 12 blocks.
It
another
does.
day in the office.
And that's the thing that I think the Spurs end up winning this, but the Timberwolves are going to give him work. The Timberwolves are going to give them
The
work.
Timberwolves rise in the playoffs. I mean, they've been to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
They're going
that's
for
what
a third.
concerns me about them.
Yeah.
They're going to break through eventually.
They have to. It feels like.
Yeah.
I just think the big thing right now is since Ant's hurt, you're missing your star player.
He played last night, but I don't think.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't think he did too much.
Yeah, was he on a minutes
really?
restriction or something?
I'll have to check what he put up.
But just when your star player is kind of down like that, you need so much more.
Yeah.
And against
Yeah.
something like Wemby, you need even more from your star player. It's a challenge with Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Now kind of with a limited one. It's just I feel like this is kind of hard to beat.
Yeah, he only played 25 minutes. He put up 18 points though.
Oh wow.
And I mean, Wembanyama, I mean, he only shot 5 of 17 at 11 points. That's not going to happen every game.
No.
He's probably
and
going
they
to
only
put up
lost by
2,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. So that's going to be another gutsy, fun series, especially if Ant and Wembanyama kind of get back to, being a star players.
Yep.
And a lot of people are saying, Lakers don't stand a chance. They're going up against the Thunder.
They don't.
No.
I mean, is there Luka's? He's not even in the story in the cards for
I
this.
don't think so.
I don't even know. I guarantee you they're going to go down 3-0 and Luka's back. It's he's not. I don't think he's
Maybe.
really going to play a part in this series, honestly.
The Thunder are 15.5-point favorites in this first
Wow.
game. That is crazy for an NBA playoff game. You know, these other spreads, San Antonio is a 10-point favorite. The Knicks are a 6.5-point favorite. The Detroit's a 3.5-point favorite. I'm going to smash Cleveland on that. But dude, it just doesn't make sense. This is 4, maybe 5, gentleman's sweep for me.
I think it's probably 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take this one to 6 games.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers are going to get 2, LeBron generational playoff game. I think we're going to get 2 of those
They need
LeBron
it.
They do
generational
need
playoff
it.
games. Or, I mean, who knows? Something could happen with the Thunder. You never know.
Yeah.
So
True.
I'm not going to fully, say the Lakers aren't going to win a game. I think they're going to win 2. Should we do championship predictions?
Yeah, I was just
Again?
wondering
Yeah.
if we did them or not.
I don't
I
remember
don't-
if we ever did.
I don't think we did. I think we only picked the first round.
I think I think I had Celtics in mind, to be honest.
Did you? Okay.
But knowing what we know now, I think I'm gonna go Knicks, Thunder.
That's right. I do remember now because I picked Knicks Spurs, so I got to ride Knicks Spurs.
Okay.
I'm going to go Cavs. They beat the Knicks in heartbreaking fashion because that's just so Knicks. And I'm going to go Spurs. Spurs win it all.
Okay.
Nice. I think my favorite part about at least the East is that either the Pistons, Cavs, Knicks, or the 76ers are going to the NBA championship, which is just
That's
crazy.
crazy.
It's awesome. It was like the Pacers last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So,
I think there's like something
love
interesting about that is like the Pacers could have won that series. So I don't think Oklahoma. So like I don't think the Thunder
They're not unbeatable.
exactly.
Honestly, same with the NHL. Like it's either going to be the Sabres, Canadians, Flyers, or Canes, which is just crazy. And
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So
that's exciting.
No, 100%.
NBA. A once-a-year event took place last Saturday, the 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby. Every first Saturday of May, this race takes place. Did you both tune in?
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
It was an electric one. It was an electric one.
I was thankfully I was able to tune in. It was actually really interesting before the race even started. I don't know if you saw Great White flipped almost onto his jockey. He flipped on his back, and if something like that happens, they have to reset
everything.
The whole thing. They have to like settle down each horse. Walk them around, settle them down, then get them back in the gate. So before the race even started, it was already, crazy. And then right out the gate, number 17. Do you have the name of number 17?
17 was 6-speed. He was 39-1.
And stall 17 has never won a Kentucky Derby. So I'm like, is stall 17 going to win this flipping race right now? They're just leading the pack. But, obviously if you're leading the pack the whole time,
you might tear out.
Win. But then out of nowhere, Golden Tempo, 23-1, comes, like I said, comes out of nowhere and wins this race.
I don't know if you saw it, but he came from the back. I think he was literally in last place. He came
at one point.
Came from the back, went outside, and just, I don't know what happened, bro. Just turned something on.
It was crazy.
It was absolutely nuts. I mean, and this was a crazy Kentucky Derby too. Like the third place finisher, 22, Oselli, he was 75-1 odds to win it. Like it was crazy. Like like you said, 6-speed, he was 39-1. Like this was an interesting one. Like Commandment, who was like a favorite, 5-1. So Happy, he was a favorite too, 5-1.
Renegade came in second, right?
Yeah, Renegade came in second. Like Commandment came in 7. So Happy, I think, was like the overall favorite. Everyone thought he was gonna win. He was the number 8. He came in 9th. That's why I think the Derby's so fun. Like any of these horses can show out.
And we saw, imagine you have your money on Great White. You're like, come on, Great White. Flips onto his jockey. Your whole bet is just canned.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah, it's super electric. And shout out to Cherry DeVoe, or DeVoe. I don't exactly know how to pronounce her name. She's the first women's trader to win the Kentucky Derby, which shout out to women for that.
Shout out to women.
I mean, I feel like, you think of a horse owner or trainer, and you just think of a old white dude with gray hair.
100%, 100%.
So shout out to her for changing stereotypes around who can win a Kentucky Derby and stand in the ring of champions or whatever it's called, the ring of winners. Always fun.
I didn't know you were locked in on the Derby like that. Was it just because of betting purposes, or are you just a big Derby guy?
I am a huge Derby guy. Like my mom. So this is weird. Like my mom is obsessed with the Kentucky Derby.
Is she?
But she loves it. Like, and she's like one of those people who like doesn't like to gamble. She doesn't like anything. But on Derby Day, dude, she goes nuts.
Derby Day.
This woman loves the Kentucky Derby. So I guess it's in the blood. Like my dad, for her birthday last year, or maybe it was Mother's Day, like he bought her like small portions in like horses. So she'll go up to like Saratoga Springs and like watch her horse that she's part owner of. She owns 2% of it. But then one of them actually won, and she got to stand in the winner's circle of the Saratoga Springs.
That's sick.
Yeah. So like my mom, she loves horse racing. So it's in the blood. It's in the blood.
Yeah, it's always a fun weekend.
It's awesome.
Weekend.
It's awesome.
You got the Oaks and then
Belmont.
Derby, so super fun there. Our second to last MLB update, which I am going to not partake in. I'm gonna save my MLB talk for the final episode, which is the next episode. So, MLB, fellas.
I like that.
What's going on?
You want to go first?
I just want to double check what the Mets record is right now, just so the people have a basis of.
Soto's back though.
Yeah, so you can expect, because I think we lost some subscribers when I was talking about the Mets.
13 and 22, so they might be in like the exact same spot they were last week.
I think they are
looking too hot. Y'all.
I think them and the Phillies are pretty neck and neck for last.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised they haven't fired their management yet, to be quite honest with you. We've seen a couple of clean houses with the Red Sox. They cleaned house. The Phillies cleaned house. So I wonder if it's just a matter of time for this Mets team.
I think the Mets try to cling
You
on
think
as long
so?
as they possibly can. But I think if they continues down this road, I think they probably do.
Yeah, it might be like a mid-June.
Yeah,
And
I can see it. Yep.
like, and that's funny to think about because the Rockies last year didn't fire their coach until like July, when they were having the worst record of all time.
I feel like when you know you're that bad, like maybe you just let the
can't
guy stick
justify it.
around
Like,
for
we
a
don't
little
want this
while.
guy to get another job and be good, so you're going to suck here for a couple more months. So you definitely won't get a job,
Yeah, no.
which is kind of screwed up, but who knows?
Some of it, that is life.
Yep.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I just got a little bit to talk on. So last episode, we talked about Travis Bazzana made his debut in the MLB, and it took him a while. It took him a couple games to get his first hit, but he was consistently getting on base. The last couple games, he's really found his swing. He's got his batting average up to 200. Stole his first base. I don't think he's gotten a double yet. He almost had. I almost saw his first home run live, not live in person, but live on TV. But of course, it had to be windy that day, so it just died at the warning track. But the team in general, I mean, they've been back and forth. I mean, we got a 4-game losing streak, 3-game win streak, 2-game losing streak. They're still somehow at the top of the AL Central, even though they're 18-18. There's just not much to say right now. They're just kind of in a lull period. Luckily, the rest of the AL Central is too, so we're in a decent spot.
And I mean, with the Tigers, Tariq Skubal now being
out 2 months.
You guys could, if you could figure it out like a little bit, you could pull ahead where you get comfortable. You know what I mean?
I think it's mostly just management's got to be more, because Bazzana, the first 4 games, he batted 7, couldn't get a hit. They moved him to 6 one day, and he gets his first hit.
Yeah.
It's like they're just not willing to move around the lineup and shake things up. I think that's what they need to do. But yeah, with Skubal hurt, I mean, this division's wide open.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. In terms of Jays, I mean, there's
Has anybody came back?
we've had one more person. So
Okay.
George Springer came back.
Okay.
Then he got hit in the broken toe again in the same exact toe that he broke. So he went back out. But now he's coming back. Addison Barger, he's going to come back soon. Jose Barrios, he, in theory, should be back, but I don't want him anywhere near this team. This dude is getting blown up in the AAA.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's getting blown up. It's not even like he needs to stay down there forever, but he won't. And the big thing is Yohendrick Piango. We brought him up, and this dude is playing phenomenal. He's playing out of his mind. So that's really the big thing. Also, Louis Varland, I think he was not closer, but bullpen of the month.
Oh, was
he? Yeah. He was hit for the AL. He has a .56 ERA.
Yeah,
he's a menace right now.
I think he let up his first run of the season against Cleveland last week.
I was watching it. Yeah. It was he's playing out of his mind. So if we can put it together, I'm a little worried about Kevin Gausman right now. He hasn't had a couple of great outings. Dylan Cease has been shoving though.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is really that's the big thing for us right now. So if we can, there's also been one thing that I'm not going to hop on this train. I have nothing to do with this, but if I don't acknowledge it, I'm not a real Blue Jays fan. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. only has 2 home runs into the season so far.
Dang. Send him to the Bisons.
No, and that's the thing. You obviously can't, but I think there is some justification in the idea that you pay this dude $500 million. We need him to hit more than 2 home runs by the end of April and into May. We need to. We need him to, especially right now where we're having to struggle with the bats. You need to be the rock of our franchise, which you already are. That's what your designated thing is. So you need to hit home runs.
Yeah, they've gotten lucky that he hasn't gotten hurt, and I feel like he kind of needs to carry the load a little bit.
Absolutely. And he gets extra base hits. He has great RBIs. I realize this is kind of being greedy to ask more from him, but you do need more from your star player.
I say every week, it's early, man.
It is early. It is early. It absolutely is early. And he started similarly this way last year, and he ended up with 30 home runs. So it comes with time, but I do need him to pick it up at least a little bit. We can't be batting the way that we are right now, especially when our bats aren't good at all.
Yeah, and I think it's been a thing with WBC guys. Skubal's out injured.
Yeah.
Did Edwin Diaz pitch?
No, I think he's still gone.
Did he pitch in the WBC?
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah, and he's hurt.
Yeah.
And I saw Roman Anthony got hurt, so there might be something there, but at the end of the day, I mean, the star player's got to produce for the team.
Yeah. Roman Anthony's a chud, though. But, yeah. That's it for me on Blue Jays talk, really.
All right. So one more MLB update next week. It's going to be sad, we know, but we'll still have them to talk about when we come back, believe it or not. But this past weekend, Carlos Prates knocked out Jack Della Maddalena, but it wasn't all on foot. It was mostly leg kicks, which that's one of my favorite strategies. Just attack the leg, ground and pound. I think that's one of my favorite.
Did you watch any of the card?
I just was able to watch the main event highlights, to be honest, and I saw that leg kick. But I ran through it. I was sad about Shamil Gaziev getting knocked out for the second time straight because I honestly thought he was the next big thing at heavyweight. But
just a couple quick things. I was able to catch some of the fights. The main event, Carlos Prates has dominated him. And I've seen people say, like, Prates should fight Michael Morales in a number one contenders fight. He just beat the number one contender, the former champion. Why would he fight backwards? Especially after the performance he just did to beat the former champion. I think he's next. The rumor is Islam and Gary. I think he gets the winner of that. He doesn't
even have to fight again. Yep.
Yeah, he looked phenomenal. He looked phenomenal.
There's no reason he should take anything less than the.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if Della Maddalena won that, he would probably be waiting.
He'd probably
for
get
the
his
title,
rematch.
So.
Co-main event: Beneil Dariush and Quinlan Selkill. Beneil Dariush. It's probably time.
Yep, it was time for a while.
It's probably time. The whole fight, he was just trying to, like, hang on to Quinlan. He finally broke out, and he just got pummeled. It was, like, right after they split up. I mean, he got finished, like, 30 seconds later. He doesn't got the chin anymore. He's just too slow. I like the thought of the older guys. They're just too slow these days. I don't think it has anything to do with their skill. I just think they can't keep up. And Selkill's actually really good. I think he's 5-0 in the UFC. So and he's now in the top 15, so that's a guy to look out for in lightweight.
Nice. And then also Tai Tuivasa lost, which, like we had mentioned on this podcast, he was almost had a chance to fight John Jones, but now he is losing to Louis Sutherland via decision. So
never heard of Louis Sutherland.
Just shows you how fast, your career can change.
He's lost 7 fights in a row. He hasn't won a fight since February 2022.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
I'm saying it's been time to hang it up, or I don't even know, just do something else.
That's just humiliation ritual at that point.
Yeah.
Literally.
I always see the meme where it's like when your buddy's like, one more, we got to end on a win.
Yeah.
And he's still going 4 years later.
Horrible.
They were probably like they're like, all right, this is your last chance. We're giving you someone that can beat you, or that you can beat. But next week I saw that we had Chimaev versus.
Yeah, let me go to that. See that full card.
Who was he fighting?
Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev. Former, well, I don't know if they're considered training partners, but they have trained together back when they weren't in the same division, I believe.
Yeah, when Khamzat was in welterweight.
So that was a whole thing, but this is going to be a no-mercy fight. I honestly think Khamzat has the upper hand.
100%.
I think for some reason, Sean Strickland, obviously we saw him drop Izzy, and who did he just knock out?
He finished Fluffy Hernandez, I believe.
Fluffy. But I feel like with Strickland, it's hard for him to break through the, just beating someone up to actually finishing them.
Yeah.
So I think Khamzat is going to use that to his advantage and get hit, but also, hit back and go for the finish.
Yeah, honestly, I think Strickland can put up a little bit of a fight, but these guys, they just get you to the ground and they're too strong. Like, you just can't get up. And then you want to make a prediction on that? I mean, I have Khamzat.
I'm going to go Khamzat.
Yeah.
Submission.
Co-main event, Josh Van and Tatsuya Taira. I actually watched one of the embedded episodes. I'm actually really excited for this fight. I think should be a really good fight. I'm hoping Josh Van wins, though, just so we get the rematch with Pantoja.
Yeah, for me, this fight, honestly, it feels like a vacant flyweight title
Yeah.
bout. Obviously, Van, obviously he is the champion, but let's be honest, y'all. He did really nothing besides fight 2 times in a row. Obviously, it's not all luck to kind of get set up like that, but he has had a very nice path to this title that he has right now,
true.
and Tyara, he's been working his way up, so I wouldn't be surprised if he beats Vaughn here.
Yeah,
just because of what his road has been.
I think that's going to be really competitive. Some of the other fights, Joaquin Buckley and Sean Brady, that's a really good one.
Dang.
I kind of forgot that was on this card. And King Green, I mean, he's always on these. Those are two vets right there, King Green and Jeremy Stevens going at it.
This should be a fun card. Maybe I'll be able to check it out.
Yeah. There's some pretty good fights on here. Better than usual. When we say there's pretty good fights for a UFC card, that means this is one of the better UFC cards in a while.
And then, is there a UFC 329, or
there is. Let's see what we got next.
Going right to the Freedom.
Next up is Freedom 250.
So nothing until Freedom. Which is kind of sad.
What's that, July?
I think June 14th.
Is that the White House one?
Yep.
Oh God.
So yeah, probably the last UFC discussion. Well, we'll react to what happened this weekend at the next podcast, but. Like we said, UFC 2026, it's been tricky to be a fan of, for me. But to end things off, we heard trivia, and we're excited.
I got a little game for you. We got a little bracket going of iconic. I wouldn't necessarily say iconic. Some of them are iconic. Some of them are just some random Buffalo sports moments. And I want to see, you guys have to come together on this to pick.
What is it, like pain?
Pain moments?
No, it's actually good moments. It's good moments.
Okay.
Bracket of 8 things.
Hard to come by.
6 things.
So we got 8 seeds. We got the 1 versus the 8, 4 v 5, 3 v 6, 2 v 7. We'll start at the bottom, 2 v 7. So the 2 seed, we have Buffalo breaks the drought when Andy Dalton threw the touchdown to Tyler Boyd.
No.
And then the 7 seed, Naheem Hines kick return touchdown after the DeMar Hamlin incident the week before.
Oh, that's a drought.
Yeah,
some
of these, like I said, it was hard to come by some of these.
And the thing with the drought, it was also New Year's Eve. So I think for most of us, we were like at a New Year's Eve, event or party, and we're watching the game, and then we're celebrating New Year's Eve with your friends and family, and it's just an awesome night.
It was a great night.
Okay, so the 2 seed moves on. So now we got the 3 seed, Chris Drury, game-tying goal against the Rangers in 2007. Some of these I wanted to try to pick some maybe you know. Do you have any recollection?
I do it.
I
don't have recollection, but I've seen the clip of it.
Okay, you know of it. Okay. That's all I wanted.
Honest, I don't think I could think of it.
Yeah, okay.
I was 5.
Yeah. So this might be and then I put number 6, the entirety of that Sabres Lightning game earlier this year with the brawl and then the Sabres win.
It's the Rangers goal.
I mean, I can only speak for what I know. I'm going with the Lightning game.
Okay. All right.
Because that was part of the reason we're so hyped up and jacked up for these playoffs in the first place.
That's true. So we got the 4 seed. Let's keep it simple here. The Bills draft Josh Allen. And then number 5, the Sabres win their first playoff series in 19 years.
Okay, so
I feel like this is one of the tougher ones.
I feel like this one's easy.
But we have to remember, I'm taking it from the perspective of when it was. People hated Josh Allen.
That is true.
Everyone wanted Josh Rosen.
It's not like we know at that point.
Yeah.
That's kind of where my head's at. Like, at that point,
yeah, it kind of depends on how you look at it. Do you look at it of the actual pick or like the pick and what's happened after? It's kind of how you see it.
At the same time, it was a while since we picked a quarterback. But, I mean, Game 6 was just electric.
For me, it's the Sabres.
So we're going with
Sabres.
Going with the 5 seed, and then we got the number 1 seed, the playoff comeback against the Oilers, and then number 8, the Sabres reached their first Stanley Cup in 1975. That was the last one I could find. I feel like I know.
So
Oilers.
The Oilers game what was it like what was it called? There's like a name for it, right? The greatest comeback.
Yeah, they were down.
I'm gonna go with that because
that's what's gonna win the whole bracket.
They were down 35-3 and won 41-38. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just called like the greatest comeback or the comeback.
So we got the 2 seed versus the 3 for you. We got the 2 versus the 6. So we got Bills break the drought versus the Buffalo versus Lightning game for Matt.
Bills break the drought.
Okay. And then for you, I assume
Bills
it's the same?
break the drought, yeah.
And then at the top, the comeback versus the Oilers, and then Sabres win their first series.
I would say Oilers.
I'm going to go Sabres.
All right. So Matt's final, we got the Sabres playoff series win versus the breaking of the drought?
I think I got to go with the Bills here for my final one,
All
just
right.
because it wasn't like last week, and it just feels like my normal life right now.
Yeah.
Because like thinking back to 2017, watching that, Tyrod Taylor, one of my favorite Bills quarterbacks, even like the Andy Dalton thing, it's actually kind of emotional to think of that Andy Dalton thing, to be honest. So
I remember
I'm going
watching
with
that, and I did not want the Bills to win. I'm going to be
Yeah,
completely honest.
seeing the community come around Andy Dalton like that and even like the Kyle Williams, his crying video could make a grown man cry. So I'm going with the Bills for that.
I'm actually going to say the drought as well.
Okay, so the 2 seed wins it all. Bills break the 17-year drought.
Yeah.
Honorable mention for that list is the first ever outdoor NHL game when we played the Penguins outside, I think it was, and Ryan Miller ended up winning that game, essentially for us in a shootout.
What year was that?
2011.
Okay.
Also, when the Sabres were in the middle of just absolutely sucking and they had that 10-game win streak.
Oh, that's a good shot. That was like 2-3 years ago.
I think it was with Eichel. It was with, I don't even really know. I think it was before 2020. It must have been like 2017, 18 maybe. I don't exactly know. I'll search it up real quick. Because they've had multiple like 10-win streaks.
$2018.
Was there one before that?
In 2006.
Okay, so it must have been the 2018 10-win streak. Like I remember, because I think it was around like Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, it was in November.
Like I remember just watching the Sabres game at Thanksgiving and like that. So it's not just like the moments; it's kind of like where you were.
Yeah.
That can kind of play into how much that moment means. Like the playoff drought, New Year's Eve with my friends and family, Thanksgiving for the 10-game series. And now who knows? In a couple years, we'll look back on this Sabres playoff run and be like, yeah, that was one of the greatest days. I mean, even the party in the plaza, and just watching Game 6 with my friends on Friday night was just awesome.
Yeah, and I think on here, this took me a while to collect 8 that I felt were pretty solid ones.
Yeah.
Like on this list, we have the Bills dominate the Cowboys on Thanksgiving on
hype.
national TV.
That was hype.
Do you think that should have been on there? Like I didn't think that was
I didn't think
that's
that's
a big
there,
enough.
But that was such an awesome moment.
It
was
says
cool.
top 10 greatest Buffalo sports moments,
even-
and that's number 10.
I mean, like thinking of games like that, I'm just starting to think of like even when we beat the Titans, like with Tyrod Taylor, like I think it was like 15-14 or something, or like 16-14. I don't know if you remember that, Aidan.
I'm trying to think.
It was like Tyrod Taylor beat the Titans, and I think
I can't remember.
it was
that.
just awesome because it was like in the Buffalo News and stuff.
I think did LaShawn McCoy have like a run in the snow with the Bills?
Yep,
I think
that
he
was
did?
an awesome
Okay.
moment against
Shea
the
dude.
Colts.
Yeah,
All red.
the snow game. The first ever snow game. That was awesome.
But yeah, I think that the breaking the drought trumps everything. That is the Buffalo sports
I
moment.
figured,
Yeah.
especially since I tried my best to try to pick some moments maybe you guys like would have watched live, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's like the biggest.
And I think
one
it's
of
like
all.
if we went to this like the Super Bowl that season and lost, maybe it would be different. Like if we asked somebody that watched all 4 of those, like was going to the Super Bowl your greatest Buffalo sports moment? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like just losing that, just make that not like we didn't know what to do. We just made the playoffs. We don't even care. We just lost to Jacksonville like 9-6, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
What
was
did we lose in the
something-
playoffs? Like 10 to 3
it was
with
something low
Peterman.
scoring.
Peterman was playing.
All I remember was
So
the
it's
last
like-
play. Yeah.
It's like I feel like that doesn't really defeat any of the excitement of just going to the playoffs. But
Yeah.
but if you're like we made the Super Bowl, then you lose. It's like, is that really one of your favorite moments still?
Especially
Yeah.
4
We'll
years in a
maybe
row.
ask our parents about that one, but
Another honorable mention is when Ryan Fitzpatrick beat the Patriots at home in like the opening game of the season. That was, and I remember that
That was
watching
fun.
that game. That was the game that made me a diehard Bills fan when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Is that the game where Fitzpatrick like still holds a grudge against
Against
Brady
Brady?
because he didn't shake his hand?
Brady holds
Yeah.
a grudge against Fitzpatrick, but
Oh,
yeah.
well, Fitzpatrick's in the right.
Yes,
I think so on that.
Yes,
but yeah.
1,000%. And then also another honorable mention is when they threw on the field.
I should have just put that on there. That
But
would've
who
been
remembers
funny.
when the Bills were like 4-2 with Gilmore and
Yeah.
that whole squad? That was a fun like week.
That was a fun week.
But guys, this was the penultimate episode of the LAM for this semester.
Yeah.
I mean, we did this every week, fellas. Holy smokes! So, shout out to everyone who's been listening, watching along with us. Shout out to you both for just being here and we're doing our thing every week, man.
Shout out Matt for editing all the episodes, always putting this together. It's huge. He's able to get them out the day after, especially we all have a similar workload, so it can't be easy doing that on top of what everything Matt already does for the record. So,
it was definitely tough to like get in the vibes to do the podcast today for some reason. I think just because we were sitting in silence filling out paperwork for 40 minutes, and then we was like, all right, go do a podcast. It's like, whoa. So, but we're here, and we're going to do one more for everybody next week before we call it. And
it's going to be a good one.
I'm excited. So.
All right, go Jill. Go
Jills.
Jills. Yeah, go Jills. Bring back the Jills. But go Bills, go Jays, go Sabres.
I got nothing with this week. You see the hat. It's good enough this week.
Yep. And if you're watching this, the Sabres are playing tonight. After Habs, let's go Sabres. Peace out.
Have a good one, guys.